Okay, well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, good afternoon, guys. Afternoon. So, today we are going to talk about discourse analysis. So, first of all, let's rise our praise to the Almighty God, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, who has given us mercy and blessing. So we can conduct our discussion today, and then don't forget to send our best regards to the last Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has taken us from the darkness to the lightness, from the stupidity to the cleverness by Islamic doctrine. So today we are going to talk about section 1 in discourse analysis course is about why study discourse analysis. So regarding to the topic, there are 7 questions that we are going to discuss about, and so let's jump right to the first question. So the first question is, there are 3 perspectives used to explain the reason for studying discourse analysis. What perspective are they? And please briefly describe your answer. So I will choose for the first who will answer is time is yours, Miss Jumatia.
Well, I will answer question number 1. There are 3 perspectives used to explain the reason for studying discourse analysis. Namely, the first, academic reason. One of the reasons to study discourse analysis is academic reason. So, discourse analysis is one of the academic course, but as a mandatory and complementary course for students majoring in college or university. So, students majoring in college or university are often required to study discourse analysis. And the second, pragmatical reason. In pragmatic reason, students need to learn 2 different dimensions, namely form and function, in a foreign language so that they can use it successfully in their social life. And the last, pedagogical reason. The pedagogical reason is one of the reasons related to language teachers and learners, where English teachers not only need to teach students how to form language, but also need to teach how to function language in real social interaction. To teach language function, teacher must bring discourse analysis information into the pedagogical system of teaching and learning foreign language. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you for the answer, Miss Jumatia atau Sister Jumatia. Okay, for the next answer will be delivered by Sister Julia Wafiq Azizah. Time is provided.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So according to the material that I have read before and also the explanation from Ms. Jumatia, there are 3 perspectives that are used to explain the reason for studying discourse analysis. They are academic reason, pragmatical reason, and pedagogical reason. So from an academic perspective, discourse analysis is regarded as a subject that must be studied by English department students who have understanding of English language skills and language studies. And the second, in the perspective pragmatical, discourse analysis is seen as a study that can provide information about the language functions that exist in the expression used by native English speakers in their real lives. Meanwhile, from a pedagogical perspective, discourse analysis is viewed as a study that can assess teachers in language teaching and learning activities, but foreign and second language teaching. Thank you.
You're most welcome, sister. So for the last speaker will be delivered by Sister Nur Afni. Time is yours.
Okay, so there are three reasons why we should learn about discourse analysis. The first perspective is academic reason. Discourse analysis is compulsory to be taught in college because this discipline encourages English skills of students. English skills include speaking, listening, writing, and reading skills as well as knowledge about linguistics. The second perspective is pragmatical reason. Students have to know how to form a good sentence, and while when we want to form a good sentence, students have to good at selecting appropriate words, correcting grammar, and good at pronunciation. And students have to good at selecting correct functional sentence. And its expression has to same in context. And the third pedagogical reason is and the third is pedagogical reason. In teaching, teacher can bring about information, discourse analysis into pedagogical system. Teacher can apply his knowledge about discourse analysis into pedagogical systems like curriculum, methodology, and technique.
Okay, you're welcome. So, I can conclude for the number one is so to conclude, there are three perspectives in this to study discourse analysis as the reasons. So the first one is academic research. So it's based on the subject. I mean, uh, because it's one of the course that we should learn in our department. So that's why it's called academic reason. So the second one is um, pragmatical reason. So the pragmatical reasons here means pragmatical terms like the structural and the functional. So it's we are not only focused on the grammar, on the speaking, or the listening, the structural terms, but we also focus on the function, how the language can be used in our social life. Again, and the third is pedagogical reason. So it's about the way uh, to teach the discourse analysis in the class. So by using maybe syllabus or maybe some method uh, to teach this discourse analysis. So let's well done in group one. Group one. Number one. Next, we move to the second question, number two. Uh, who should who should learn discourse analysis and why? Please explain your answer in detail. So I give time for Miss Julia Wafiq to answer it. Time is yours.
Okay, so in my opinion, people who should study discourse analysis are those who already have pure knowledge of English language abilities and are learning the language. The skill in question reverse the skill or the abilities in question refers to the first skills that we already know. There are speaking, listening, writing, and reading. While language knowledge refers to linguistics such as phonetics, phonology, morphology, and so on. And they should study discourse analysis because it will benefit them in way such as encouraging them to develop the rules of language that they already have, understanding how language should be used in communication, and so on. Maybe enough from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sis Julia. Okay, for the next speaker or the next answer will be delivered by Miss Afni. Time is yours.
Who should study with discipline? Uh, I think students encourage because they already have defined or currently knowledge about English skills and all knowledge about linguistics. And this discipline can help to encourage students' English skills more. Yeah, that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And for the last, with Miss Sis Jumatia, time is yours.
Okay, for learners, we have studied and have knowledge of English language skills and language studies because this analysis is very useful for them to gain knowledge and understanding of the function of language in social life and the role of language in the construction and formation of social relation. Thank you.
Thank you. So to make it to conclude it, so the ones who should study discourse analysis, and the reason is the ones who should study is are the students or the senior students in majoring a language area like our English education or maybe English literature, and they have learned about the linguistics elements such as morphology, phonetic, phonology, and etc. And also has learned about uh, language abilities like speaking, listening, and reading or writing. So, okay, very nice. So let's move to the third question. The is about what should the students do in learning discourse analysis? And please explain your answer in detail. So the first one will be answered by Miss Afni. Thanks, yours.
Okay. So number three, students have to learn about theoretical concepts of discourse analysis, such as definition about discourse analysis, kinds of discourse analysis, and doing an analysis of a particular discourse. And that's from okay.
Okay, that's from Miss Afni. Thank you so much. Okay, the next will be answered by Miss Jumatia. Time is yours.
Okay, so there are two main activities that are carried out by students in discourse analysis, namely studying the theoretical concept of discourse analysis because discourse analysis will demand and encourage students to consider and reflect the rules of language they are already familiar with, and also perform certain discourse analysis. Thank you.
Thank you. So the last one, Miss Julia, time is yours.
Okay, so in studying discourse analysis, students will learn the theoretical concepts of discourse analysis and conduct specific discourse analysis. So in this study, students will discover meaning in social act in about the function of language in social life and the role of language as a construction and formation of social relation. Thank you.
Thank you. So to make it to conclude it, so what should the students do in learning discourse analysis is basically there are two there are two activities that students should do in learning discourse analysis. The first one is learning the theoretical concepts. So theoretical concept is about uh, the big picture of the scores the course. So like what is exactly this course analysis, what it deals with, or what are the basic the types of discourse analysis. It's like the theory of the concept theory of discourse analysis. So and the second is doing analysis of a particular discourse. So after knowing and after studying the theoretical concepts, so it's time to practice, to start to uh, doing an analysis of some discourse. So I think that's all from group form number 3. So we move to the next question is, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis? What would the students achieve? So I give time for Miss Jum.
Well, I will answer question number 4. So there are 4 advantage studying discourse analysis. To gain in-depth knowledge of the which will as a guide for understanding and carrying out the process of discourse analysis. And the second, train train and develop student critical thinking skill through the practice of analyzing discourse as a simple research model conducted in the classroom. And the third, provide a clear understanding of the context of their use of English so that they are not only significantly contributing to the result related to discourse analysis, but also to use the result according to their communication needs. And the last, make the result of discourse analysis a source and inspiration in teaching English. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, the next is Sis Julia. Thanks yours.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So when studying discourse analysis, students will gain various benefits or advantage, including gain in-depth understanding of discourse analysis topic. This understanding will help students comprehend and carry out the discourse analysis process. And then the second advantage, train and strengthen students' critical thinking abilities through discourse analysis practice. Next, provide a clear understanding of the context of English use so that they may apply what they learn to their communication needs, and then use the results of discourse analysis to find new ideas and search for teaching English. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next, the last will be delivered by Sis Afni. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So there are several advantages that students get after learning discourse analysis. And the person is gaining knowledge of discourse analysis. And the second is developing critical mindset. Students are expected to expand their mind about discourse analysis. And the third is understanding everyday language. Students are expected to master in or to know about daily conversation in formal ways or in informal ways of English. And the last is obtaining inspiration to teach English. And students can get motivation to teach English to others people in around them. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. So, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis, and what students will be achieved in learning discourse analysis? So there are couples of advantages that a student will achieve in learning discourse analysis. So first, we will understand we will gain understanding about discourse analysis. Second, we will get we will gain critical thinking skills, and we also uh, will get uh, inspiration in teaching English, and also we can use the language not just based on the structural context, but it's also in the functional, so based on everyday life. So that's all for number 4. So good job, everyone. So we move to the next question. Is according to discourse analysis view, what should be learned and should be taught in a foreign language? So for the first answer will be delivered by Miss Julia. Thanks, yours.
Okay, so in discourse analysis, we must learn and be able to distinguish the projection of structural and functional sentences when the structural and functional sentences. Structural sentences are formed based on the speaker's understanding of linguistic forms such as proper word selection, correct grammar, and good pronunciation, while functional sentences are those that are stated based on the speaker's understanding of how praise should be utilized effectively in the context. By having these two knowledge, we can communicate effectively in a foreign language, thus preventing us from failure and conflict in establishing or comprehending communication.
Thank you, sis. So the next one, uh, Miss Jung. Thanks, yours.
Well, foreign language must be studied carefully, which means that learners need to learn two different dimensions, namely form and function of a foreign language in order to use it successfully in their social life. In other words, students need to be taught not only a form of language such as pronunciation, vocabulary and grammar, but also the function of language, namely learning how to convey goals using some typical expression according to the context. Thank you.
Thank you. The last one, Sister Afni. Thanks, yours.
The things that should be learned and should be taught in a foreign language are two dimensions, form and function. Uh, Students need to be taught a language form such as pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and the second dimension, function. A student have to know, have to convey easily about what expression that they want to express. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So to make it short, guys, so uh, what should be learned and what should be taught? So for what should be taught, uh, it's uh, it's from the teacher's perspective. So the teacher should teach the discourse analysis with within not only focus on the structural functions, the structural terms such as the grammar, the speaking, and etc., but also in the functional functions like how we use it in certain situation in our social interactions, and what should uh, students should be learned from discourse analysis is uh, how to use both the structural and the functional uh, aspects of communication in their social lives. So uh, number six, question number six is, in more specific case, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis according to pragmatic perspective? Time is yours, Miss Jumatia.
Well, there are several advantages of learning discourse analysis from a pragmatic perspective. Namely, the first, learner information about linguistic feature used in real life context, and the second, find out how language should be used for communication, and the last, identify the most appropriate use the language for communication. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next will be delivered by Sister Afni. Time is yours.
Okay, number six, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis according to pragmatic perspective in more specific case? Um, the advantages of learning discourse analysis according to pragmatic perspective are minimizing the pragmatic difficulties in ability to produce sentence according to the language used in its context, and the learners are able to get both in speaking and writing. For me, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So uh, the last will be delivered by Julia Wafiq. Time is yours.
Okay, so in a pragmatic perspective, the primary role of discourse analysis is to provide information about the function of language, such as linguistic features that characterize language use, social and certain cultural factors that facilitate interpretation and understanding of various genres of text and speech. Thus, the advantage of discourse analysis uh, is, ter- is certainly very beneficial in providing information about the linguistic features of language used in real life context. understanding how language should be used in communication, and recognizing the most suitable use of language for communication. Thank you.
Thank you. So wow, such a nice answers uh, from all of you. So what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis according to pragmatic perspective? So it's about, there are three. The first one is it can inform it, or it can inform the learners about the linguistic features such as morphology, phonology, and etc. of language to use in real life situation. The second is uh, to figure out how those linguistic features can be used in real communication. And the third is to recognize the most appropriate use of language for communication. So guys, time really flies. Uh, we are in the last question. So the last question is how to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. Um, Sister Julia, thanks yours.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, in the pedagogical context, discourse analysis must be linked with the pedagogical component. So, the pedagogical component in the classroom, there are curriculum, methodology, and technique. The content taught in the class two as the curriculum. Then there's methodology, which refers to the way content is taught, while the technique refers to how learners might be socialized in the context in which the is utilized. Thank you.
Thank you. So the second will be delivered by Miss Nur Afni. Thanks yours.
Learn how to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. The teachers must bring about the information of discourse analysis into the pedagogical system of teaching and learning foreign language. After that, teacher is able to provide communication through a functional syllabus by making use of the integration of four language skills by help of the student-oriented classes, authentic text, and applying communicative exchange principles to teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. So the last one, Miss Jum, time is yours.
How to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. The first, curriculum, which refers to the context being taught. Methodology, which refers to the way in which the contexts are taught. And the last, techniques for socialization language learners in the context where the language is used. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. So most of you guys have same answers about how to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. So let me conclude it. So uh, there are couples uh, of to use discourse analysis in the based on pedagogical context. So the first is curriculum, the second is methodology, and the third is techniques. So curriculum is about the material that will be taught in the class, and methodology is about the way uh, to teach the students in the classroom by using discourse analysis, and the techniques is like uh, the 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 technique is like socializing language learner in the context where the language is used, like the specific based on the methodology. So the specific way to use and to teach the discourse analysis in the classroom. And that's all from all of seven questions. Yeah. Wow. You guys really did a good job. Hands. Uh, give applause for yourself. Okay. I think that's all for our discussion today about why study discourse analysis. And thank you guys for the participation and the attention. And me as a moderator, I'm sorry if there are some mistakes during the discussion. And the last I say, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank
Thank
See you
you.
you.
guys. See you in the next discussion. Bye bye.